This is making me feel really uncomfortable. Not like it. Is my mic on? Okay. Well then, let's go.
Whoa. I love that little coyote noise. So good. Yes. How you guys doing? My name is John Jeremy, and this is the Quiet Coyote Podcast. Ow! Yeah, we got our little coyotes over here. I'll start out right here. On my right, we have my buddy, Angel.
What up?
Yo, Angel, how you feeling, Angel?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Angel, I gotta tell you, I love that shirt.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Do you get the reference? Okay. That is from Stranger Things.
I didn't finish that.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
good.
you gotta
It's
finish
so
it.
good.
It's so
They're
good.
coming out with these episodes. We'll talk about it in a second, though. I also want to introduce right here on my left, we have Ashley. What's going on? Hello. And we're going to find out why she didn't finish Stranger Things. We're going to put you on the spot.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding.
It kind of dragged
Yeah.
during one of the seasons, and I have the attention span of a squirrel, so that just it wasn't happening.
That's nuts.
Yeah, especially that one episode where they're singing the Never Ending Story. That was just like the dumbest.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone's like about to die and stuff, and you just hear someone singing the Never Ending Story, and like, you're like, yo, what the hell is this? Like,
That was actually... I died when they did that.
yeah,
She doesn't get the reference, but it's like in the 80s. You know, you watch some of it. It just takes place in the 80s, and this is about like a D&D club that they have. And was it the last season? That's with Eddie Munson, right?
Yeah.
Eddie Munson?
yeah. That was season 4. Yeah, so yeah,
So Angel dressed up as a character from Stranger Things with the long wig and a leather jacket and a shirt, and you wore that outfit like everywhere, which is awesome.
Pretty
Like,
much for
every
Halloween.
event.
yeah,
For like our trip to Salem, like you went to all that.
yeah.
That was so cool, and people actually recognized that character, right?
Yeah, for once.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, because every time I dress up for something for Halloween, like, no one gets a reference to stuff, and that was the first year where, like, oh, it's Eddie Munson, so it was cool.
I know. I get sad sometimes when people don't get my references. I actually was talking to somebody recently, and they were saying like, they were asking me, they were like telling me references, and I was just didn't understand them, and they were like saying, "Oh yeah, I don't know your reference. Like I don't know what you know and not know." I said, "Yeah, well that's how we talk and we communicate, and you learn what I know and not know. And then if not, I like that. Then I can learn more. Then like somebody comes up and they're just kind of like they're showing me something new. I love when people put me onto stuff. Angel's really good at that, putting me onto like a lot of things. How's it going? How you feeling?
Good. I'm tired.
Yeah?
But good.
Oh my
Good.
goodness,
It's a good tired.
I am so tired. Why are you so tired?
School started last week.
Oh
and
yeah.
Work. I love school. I love school. I hated school before. I was never there. Now I love it. I was late to class one day, and I was like, oh my God, no. I was freaking out.
When school was free, you didn't like it.
Yeah. Now that I pay for it,
Yeah.
like, I'm going to get my money's worth.
Exactly. Get that money's worth. What are you in school for if you don't?
Social work.
Oh, social work. Oh yeah, like Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
My buddy Jamie, our buddy Jamie, and my buddy Julie, and a few people I know in social work. Yeah.
Yeah, Julie was one of the people
Yeah.
who were like, maybe you should think about social work. Because I was going to go for nursing, but then I got hurt.
Oh yeah.
So,
Wait. So what is social work exactly? What would that entail?
So for me, I want to get my CASAC. And then I also, I don't know exactly where it would go, but I want to work with addicts and I want to work with people in domestic violence situations. So maybe in like a rehab or an outpatient. So.
No, that's really great work. Especially like people need as much help as they can get, especially with those things. Because I know for myself, I used all those things. I went into the outpatient, inpatient. You know, with the counselors, all my caseworkers, people that were working directly with me. I was a mush. Like my brain, I had a mush brain. Like I did not didn't know anything from anything. And the fact, now that I look back, everybody was so nice. So I'm not sure if they were also in recovery. I talk about my recovery openly. Angel talks about their recovery openly. So I definitely always needed, like, I'm so grateful for all the people that they were probably in recovery as well. That's why they were able to like work with me so well.
I think, I mean, and you can tell, like, my therapist isn't in recovery, but she's a good therapist.
Yeah.
Like, she deals with addiction. But I feel like, because I've had some counselors that, like, I remember having like a month sober, and he was like, well, let's work out a budget. And I was like, what? Like,
No.
because I was working, he's like, we got to work out a budget. And I'm like, my brain hurts right now. Like, I need to know.
Like, a budget? You're like, no. No need for that.
I was like, I spent all my money on cigarettes and Monsters. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, like,
That's so funny because I remember like I got into replacing, since I wasn't drinking, I picked up other things, and one of them, I got really upset one day, right? And I ended up I was in early recovery, and I just ordered a pizza and I ate the whole pizza to my face. And I remember the next day I had called the guy that's sponsoring me, and he had said, I told him I was like really upset, and I just ended up eating a whole pizza and like to the face, and I was really mad. And he's like, all right, well, I'd rather you get fat than get drunk. And like that like hits me hard, because it's like, no, it's like, what's killing you the least right now? That's what we kind of say in recovery. We kind of say like, whatever is like not killing you the fastest, we get rid of the next one. So the first one was drugs and alcohol. That was killing me the fastest. So if turning to food, and even I'll say turning to relationships, turning to sex, like that kind of helped me get sober in the beginning, because I put down the drink, but I was clinging at everything, so that's why a lot of people get involved with that. I think I like how you said about your therapist. Like when you said that, my therapist is also not in recovery, but my therapist is good. I think it's so great to have a non addict or alcoholic person to like get their mind, the professional that is not, because the way they think is like so different. They kind of like have a different perspective, and it's great. That's great too. I like having like that open avenue of being able to like.
It can be tricky though. The other day, I explained a situation to my sponsor and then to my therapist, and they both gave me two completely different perspectives on it. And I was like, well, what do I do?
That's when you play them off each other. That's when you're like, all right, get in the ring and fight it out. And you're like, and you're like, all right, I guess the sponsor's winning. Oh no, the therapist just slammed him. In recovery, that's why they like, don't get more than one sponsor, because then you're going to play them off each other. And it's like, I guess so, I mean, that's also true, because I'm a manipulative, lying person. I lie to myself, my motives. Speaking about the early relationships in recovery, that's when I didn't realize that my motives were not the best. I thought they were good, and they were at that time. At that time, like, I really authentically thought that I cared about these people, but more than I did. But then now, years later, looking back, revisiting, and I'm like, oh, I was like, no, I really cared more. I really cared more about my feelings. Like, it was like a slight codependency mixed in there, because like I cared less about their well-being, as long as they give me what I need. By like, my security came from them. Dude, like, I have no security. Like, when I went through my process, I learned that I'm looking for emotional security. I'm looking for financial security. I'm looking for, every type of security. And like, these people were my security at that time. I was like, give me that.
That's something that honestly almost took me out my first year. That was a really, and I'm still paying for that.
Yeah.
Like I always say, I'm like, it's a suggestion for a reason. You're gonna pay for it, but like sometimes, like I was very lucky I didn't pay for it with my life. You know, like, because that's how like for me, like that's how real it gets. But then I tend to forget that, and I'm like, I'll work on that later.
No, for real. I had that experience. My first experience. I had a guy. The first guy that like I was sponsoring. And I didn't know how this all worked, and I said okay, and then I went ahead and like we got really close. I remember his mom and that family, like I never experienced this before, and like they were just so grateful. They were giving me like gift cards, and I'm like, no, it's not like that. Like she's like, no, blah blah blah. Like they're like, no, you have to take it for gas, do whatever. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like they were trying to give me gifts. They were just like, I was like everything to this family. And I remember when like she's like, I want, my son to like get baptized and like and go to this church thing, up in the I can't really pronounce it. It's the arid those mountains that come from
Adrianics
there. Yeah, it's like hard to
Adrianics.
pronounce. Yeah.
or Appalachians.
Oh, maybe that's it. Appalachians. No, that's what the Appalachian trails or whatever they go
where
from.
the creepy stuff happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're all mountainous. It comes all the way from the northern states, and the mountains go all the way down to southern states. So so she said, look, he doesn't want to go with his mom. He wants to, can you go with him? I'll pay for it. So it was like a couple $100. So I was like, okay, and I went, and like I remember like one night he wanted to like at 10 at night or 11 at night, he's like, yo John, I'm like, what? He's just like, yo, let's sneak out and let's like go back up the trail and like go up to the mountain and like just look at the stars. And I'm like, all right, fine. And literally we went in the middle, pitch black, and walked all the way, and we sat and we looked at the stars and like we chatted, and like I was so close to this kid. And he actually went through the process, right, recovery process, and then but it was like really early in his recovery still, and he ended up meeting a girl who's also in recovery, and they ended up both going out to get like going back and using again. So he was a heroin addict. So yeah. So ended up, she called me like one day on a Sunday, and she was just like, yo, I can't find Mike. I dropped him off last night, at the sober house. So like she's like, can you go look for him? And I said, sure. So I went over there, and I never been to this in particular sober house, and I was looking, and then I looked through a window. It was such ordained by a higher power, because it couldn't have worked out any different. Nobody was home. The lights were on in the living room, and the lights were on in this room. I look through the window, and I see Mike slumped over in between the bed and the nightstand, and I start banging on the window, and then I call 911, and then the window's open. I was able to like slide it up.
Oh, wow.
I slide up, and I go through the thing, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. He's slumped over. They're like, can you move him? I was like, I don't want to touch him. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And they're like, please, we need to know if he's breathing. And I couldn't move him. He was hard like a rock. So like, they're like, can you look at his face? I had to do all this stuff with Mike. And he already had passed away like last night, the night before. So it had been 24 hours he had passed away. So like, when it comes to like working with people, being in there, and like I share that story sometimes when I celebrate my anniversaries, and sometimes it's always different. So sometimes I bring up that story because this is a real thing where like when people say like how many people die from this, like I'm like I was like, Mike's not number 350,000 for the year, man. Like he's Mike. That's Mike. That's who he is to me. He's not like a number, but we just August 31st was Overdose Awareness Day. So like that was super, and I think, and this is recovery month, so we're in recovery month, but this is probably gonna get let out way in the future in October. But so it's like really important. And I guess bringing up that story from the relationships where you said like you didn't have to pay the ultimate price. Mike paid the ultimate price for going out too early.
It can get scary really quick if you're not I'm caught here. If you're not being careful. And I thought I was being careful, but I wasn't. Looking back on it now.
Yeah.
So early on, I didn't know anything. I barely knew how to take care of myself, and then I want to add someone else into that. That was like, I know now, like that was stupid.
I want to bring somebody else into my chaos.
Come into the mess. It's
misery
horrible over here.
Loves company. But so how did you navigate relationships in your early recovery? Like, it was no relationships? Like you saw somebody like, nope? Or were you in a relationship?
No, I was in a
were?
relationship. I was very...
I'm gonna move this mic a little.
Okay, I'll move a little closer.
There you
I
go.
was very lonely, and I still get like that. But that, to me now, like, I have the knowledge, which is annoying. I know it means I need to do some more inner work before I'm ready. as much as I don't want to come to terms with that. But I was very lonely. I was coming in through it. It was a hard time coming back in this time. I'd been assaulted, which just made everything worse. And I was just searching for something, and I know, like, speaking to people, like, okay, you were searching for a higher power, right? So I wound up getting into a relationship with someone I ran into. I had actually known when I was like 15. And it took like a year to get out of that. It's still an ongoing, like, because I love stopping my healing process and restarting it over. I have such a problem with that.
So true.
Yeah, because when things get uncomfortable, it's like, okay, well, I don't want to drink about it. So what else can I do? Can I eat that pizza? Can I call that person I know I'm not supposed to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, why can't I just be one of those people that, like, wants to work out all the time? Like, it's super fit, like, they're addicted to the gym. No, that's not me.
No. You like relationships.
Yeah.
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 100%. Wow. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess that's why you chose to go down this social work route, like you mentioned about the assault thing, right? So,
Yeah.
like, that's what your heart is now, right?
Yeah,
To
and I
help.
feel like, same thing with addiction. If you're talking with someone who's been through domestic violence, like, they can relate, like, you guys can relate. Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna hopefully listen to me more
Yeah.
or trust me more to share things.
No, I know I would. I know 100%. Like, when I'm talking to somebody, speaking to somebody that doesn't have experience, actually, kind of, not that I can't now with my brain a little more clear, not that now I know that I can get something from everybody, but with somebody that has experience, like that, like, for sure. All right, so, like, there's a saying, so, like, my father passed away when I had 3 years. I was sober for 3 years, and I was going through some stuff, and, like, I remember when I had to go and speak and share about my recovery, and my dad died. I found out he died at 2 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep, and at 1 o'clock the next day I was at a going to meet with people and speak, and like, it was really hard within hours, like, having to share, like, hey, my dad just passed away last night, and it was like the hardest thing I had to do. And when I was done speaking, one hand after another said, like, hey, how you doing? And they said, like, I remember when my father died, when I was this much sober. I remember when my father died, and everyone, and that like, like, I felt so not alone in the moment. Everybody shared about when their father died when they were sober. Like, that meant so much to me. Yeah, I still haven't forgotten that. It was, like, a really nice thing. So, like, being able to talk with people that that really understand and get that, that type of pain, and, like, now being able to share with other people that go through losses. I know you just shared behind the scenes.
Oh,
about
yeah,
your
that
mom.
my dad passed away a couple months ago from an overdose.
I'm
That
really
was
sorry to hear that.
that was wild because while I was there, I remember having, like, actual drugs in my hands. And at not one point was I like, I want to do these. Like, I
Yeah.
was just like, okay, wash my hands, pack up his stuff, like, So it was crazy. But I remember going to every meeting. I'm like, okay, I know I have to go.
I gotta go.
I gotta go. And I'm like, my dad died, and I would just start crying. And I still talk about it. Someone told me to talk about things until you were tired of hearing of them, not anybody else.
The best part about that is that when Mike died October. Then my first girlfriend in recovery, because we talked about relationships. You know, we were. She was my ex at that time, but she came to visit. She was still trying to get clean, so she was in Arizona getting clean, and came and visited that December. And then I saw her the night before she actually overdosed and died here in New York. And then that was in December. So October, Mike dies. Jackie dies in that December. And then January 17th, my father had a heart attack out of nowhere, and he passed away. So it's like, oh my goodness, like, all that was really hard. So when Mike died, I was learning really quick that we have a small window of opportunity that like if somebody like my dad died, like Mike died, I talked about it and it was really hard because I was like, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to make it about me. Like my brain told me I'm making it about me. I don't want to do this. And then like something like my higher power inside was telling me, no, like, do you remember when you had 8 weeks sober and the guy that you were best friends with, his daughter died from a drunk driver killed his daughter, and he went to the front of the room and he just he sat in the front and he didn't drink, and like that's for me like I was like, if he's not drinking, then there's no excuse for me. So I was like, I have to share because somebody's gonna like be inspired by that. So so then when same thing happened with my dad and Jackie, I have a small window. I could be like, look, you know, my dad just died this week. My dad just died last month. My dad just died 3 months ago. Like, it's like I feel like it's more impact because people be like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like when you told me it was like 3 months. Was it 3 months ago? Or?
June, end of June.
Yeah. When you told me that, I was like, what? Like the way you are, you know, like just you know, you're pushing forward and just like I would never have noticed, you know.
Yeah. It's because, I mean, I had that too. Like in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be that girl talking about her dead dad all the time. Like nobody cares, and it's like no, people care. And it's not even about that. It's like because I've learned like if I keep it in, it's not gonna be good, and I'm gonna crash out at like the worst, most inconvenient time. I'm talking at work, in the grocery store, to like a random person on the road. Oh. I bad road rage.
Me too. I kind of feel like guilty with the road rage stuff because I'm always like, you know, I'm like, I'll do a spiritual thing or I'll pray. I'll be like, or I could like meditate and be like, I'm all zen. And as soon as I get in the road, I'm like, get out the road, please. Every time. And like you said, you talked about earlier, which I liked. You were talking about like, you know, your like recovery process. I forgot what you said, the term, but you were saying like, you know, interrupting it.
Oh, like I interrupt my healing process.
The healing
process.
process.
No, I do. Because I'm like, oh, it's too uncomfortable. I need to go back to bad behavior. This is not good advice.
My behavior has gotten better. So for me, it's always the progress and not the perfection of it. Like, I see now that, like, I got upset Thursday night. Angel, I saw you Thursday night.
Yeah.
I like randomly, I saw Angel. And I got upset. And what I did was I turned to coffee, right? Because I haven't been on caffeine for like since November. My cardiologist doesn't want me to switch to decaf. So I've been drinking little bits here and there, but like I just went and was like, drank this cup of coffee. What? and then I went out and I went to like a meeting, and then I saw Angel, and then like I drank more coffee, and then that second cup made me tired. But like I was telling people that like I want to hurt myself because I'm drinking that coffee to like escape from myself and like I like hurt myself. So like, but the difference now is like I did get mad. I was feeling like a jealousy thing coming up. And it was such a familiar feeling. It's so familiar. Like it's just sometimes being angry or jealous or like these feelings are so familiar. They almost feel good. It's sick to say, like I feel comfortable in anger. I feel comfortable like when I get this way, but it like subsided faster than it's ever done throughout the past like 12 years now. Like I'm not hanging on to it as long, and it's not as like I'm like, what's happening? Like for it to be gone within like an hour or two versus like I would linger and ruminate on these feelings and thoughts for like weeks and months sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So the healing process, one thing is like going through the healing process, but realizing that like I at that moment this week, I saw my progress. I don't know if you ever heard this, but I heard a saying that someone says, I get angry better. I get depressed better. I get sad better. You know, they were like, and I was like, whoa, that's like really cool because I noticed that I crash out better. I feel like Angel could relate, right? I feel like you talk a lot about that. Angel talks a lot about like how you know you get upset, like, but it seems like better for you.
Yeah, like I try like when I get upset now and stuff, it's just not like before where I just like go insane on someone and stuff. Now I'm just like, okay, cool. Like Like I'm not like gonna like go like off of someone and stuff. Like I'm just like, all right, whatever. Just gonna walk away from the situation. I'm not dealing with this right now. That's how I do it right now and stuff. Cause like I don't want to like go to jail or anything. So like,
Yeah, ain't jail's bad.
yeah, jail's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to like, yeah. Before like when I was on a lot of substances and stuff, like me crashing out was a really scary sight. Cause like I'm like the
Well, like
Yep.
yeah.
facts.
Yeah, like, cause like I'm like you guys know me for like 2 years now and stuff, and like I'm like probably one of the calmest persons you'll like ever meet and stuff. But like when I get mad, like I get mad, like I will like hurt someone.
You're like, I will destroy you.
No, it's just like I
Whoever's in
would
front of me.
like I will go in on everything about you as a person, as everything, like literally every little thing. I would just like go in on you and stuff, and like I've made people cry like bad. So,
I used to be the same way.
Yeah.
Like I used to be like a demon.
Yeah.
Like when I would
Yeah.
crash out.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom taught me how to do that really well. Because like taking those things, like that thing you're insecure about,
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
then
just
throwing it in
literally.
your face,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I'm gonna hurt you with this thing
Yeah.
you told me all nice and vulnerably. Yeah, no, I used to be a really big crash out too.
yeah, I was like the Regina George of like,
So funny.
yeah,
That's
But-
like crazy.
Yeah.
You guys are both like very calm. I remember, especially when I was first coming around, I saw you, and I'm like, you're so like zen and like chill, and like I really aspire to be like that. I don't know if I'll ever achieve it. I'm naturally like I'm an Aries, you know. We're a lot
Yeah.
in a good way. But yeah, no, I've always liked that about you guys.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
I always think Angel is just so cool. Mm-hmm. When people seen like the first or second episode, they were like, had people saying, "Man, Angel's so cool. Like Angel's just like laid back." So like it's like maybe hard. You probably feel like it's hard for people to picture you crashing out on someone like
Yeah.
flipping out. But I've seen you upset, so it's cool.
yeah. Like for the past 2 years, I've been like in recovery and stuff. Like there's only been like a handful of times where I crashed out. The funniest one was me and a friend. Actually, it's Willie. We went to go see Travis Scott, and
I know this story.
Oh, I know.
oh my
They
god,
went to the city.
we went to the city.
To
First
see-
mistake.
Yeah, first mistake.
First mistake is going to the city with Willie.
Yeah. No, and like we didn't get tickets yet and stuff because like we were trying to get like tickets for the like I guess PA or GA or whatever the hell it's called, and there was this guy on the street selling tickets, and Willie convinced me to buy the tickets.
Okay.
And like we got the tickets, we gave him the money, $200 by the way, $200, and
200 bones.
we went to the we walked into MSG and stuff. Gave the guy the tickets and said, "Yo, these are fake." Bro, the look on my face, like I've never been so mad. Oh,
That's good.
yeah, I've never been so mad in my life at that up to that point and stuff. And like I literally crashed out on Willie. Like I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do everything and stuff." Like why the hell did you convince me to buy these tickets and stuff? Like I don't really like Travis Scott that much anymore. Like I was just going in on him and stuff, and like. I calmed down. Like I calmed down. I think I called you. Then I
You
called
did call me.
Yeah, I called Jamie, and yeah, and we ended up just getting insomnia cookies and going home, and we went to the meeting. I think. Yeah, we did. We went to the meeting after that and stuff, and
Did you calm down? Or?
yeah, but I got the money back, so I'm like afterwards like, you know what? I got the money back. It was a funny experience afterwards, so like I'm not really mad anymore. But like Willie's like saw like the fear had like the fear of God in him and stuff, because like he never seen me like up to that point. He's never seen me like mad or pissed off before and stuff. So that really scared him. So I don't ever want to like bring that version of me out again. So yeah.
Oh, because you're very soft spoken.
Yeah.
And soft spoken people like scare the stuff out of me. You know, like Nicole, like she's so nice and sweet. If she were to freak out, I would not want to be anywhere near her.
Yeah.
You know, like that's gonna be scary. So I could imagine.
Yeah.
So you got to watch out for the quiet ones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
always. It's not the people who are loud, rah, rah, rah in your face. It's the ones who are like, all right. We're gonna see how this plays out.
Yeah.
That's so true because I have people that I know that personal friends of mine, and they're like loud and abrasive, and like yeah, they'll throw down, they'll get down, but like the quiet ones like me, it's like when I get loud, like my dad used to get loud. My dad would get loud, like he'd be chill, but when he'd be like, you know, he'd be like Jonathan, you know, and it's like he just had to look at me, so it's like it's like all right, like like he doesn't crash out. So when he's focused and he's like, yo, like don't do that. That's when it's like, so that I take that trait from my dad when I'm like cool with people, but like if they for some reason when I get triggered automatically, that's what a trigger is, right? The gun goes off. So when I get triggered, like I say it right away. I'm like I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, all right, cool, blah blah blah, and then if they just say something or maybe they'll curse or something, I'll be like, you know, like, ooh, what'd you say? Like I'll switch. They know right away when I'm just like, what'd you say? Like, you know, I go from good to hood really quick.
See, I mean, I have a big mouth, but it's like I'll be like, oh, F that guy, I'm gonna cut his tires, and then I'm like, but I'm gonna sit at home and I'm gonna eat ice cream and I'm gonna cry and watch Gilmore Girls. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Like I'm not cutting tires. I'm not doing any of that.
No, me, I already hit you in the head with a hammer in my mind like 30 times.
Yeah.
I love that saying that says like, you know, if they arrested you for your thoughts, I would have been in jail a long time ago. For sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you what's your most favorite emotion? Is it like mine is anger. Like I'm not the type that gets sad. There's times where I just want it to be angry. I want to be angry, and I kind of just I'm prepared to be angry, or like when I'm like something's fishy here, I feel it building up, and it's like the seed is planted, and I'm already in my mind like I've made up my mind before I consciously realize that I've made up my mind to be angry.
It's like the song is placed before you in your head before you crash out, right? Or
the seed is planted. Like I'm just like when I'm getting a text, I'm like, what do they mean by that? Like as soon as I get that like that slight like, what does that mean? That's what they call coping, right?
Yeah, I was literally just talking about this. I guess am like, I don't know if it's like addicted to it or whatever, but it's like the like pain, like uncomfortability, like sadness. Like I'm very used to sadness.
Yeah.
I used to be big on anger. I toned that down a lot. Now I really don't like it. Yes, it kind of feels good to be angry, but it hurts my bones. Yeah. Like it like hurts me physically to be angry. So my go-to is sad. That's normally my go-to.
So like when you're hurt in the moment, you're just like, I gotta get away from everyone and just go cry.
Yeah. No, I'm by myself all the time. I've been I live in a family with a bunch of people in the house. We don't really interact. I have my own space. Same. Ashley's gone for 3 weeks at like 15 years old. So it's like, that's like norm to like not be really connected. So I'm by myself a lot. So.
Are you like the middle child by any chance, or?
I'm the only child.
You're the only child. So like when you're gone, you come back 3 weeks, they're like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. You're like, yeah, I've been gone for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
That's what happened with me. My family didn't know that I had such deep addiction and alcohol issues. They did not know because none of us are close. None of us.
No, mine knew.
Oh, they knew. Because you were like.
When I was a teenager, like in the thick of it, I was a demon. I was a demon. I would destroy my room all the time for some reason. That's when I was really angry. I would always tell people about themselves.
Were you drunk and high when you did it, or were you like?
Yeah, always. Yeah. I was always drunk and high.
Yeah.
You know, like the second I started, like I never had a chance. There was never a chance with me. The first time I drank to like not feel the way I was feeling. So like I never crossed the line or flipped the switch. It was just go time from the second. But I was they knew about it. And then I got sober. It was like 22. I had like 2 years sober. And then I went back out and I was like, no, it's okay. Like I'm just gonna like smoke weed.
Yeah, that's it.
And that was a month. And then my family was kind of okay with me being a functioning person on substances. So they were like, oh, you have a job, you're going to work, that's fine. You know, they weren't happy with me, and I was like miserable anytime I talked to any of them. but they were like, okay, it's all right. You have a job. That's like, that was their big thing, you know, and I wasn't disappearing for 3 weeks at a time. I wasn't doing certain substances like I was when I was 19. So it was okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like people feel like if you're just accomplishing these things that you're all right. I had my own car. I had my own place. I was going to school, and I had a job. And I was a fall down drunk still.
And I was like barely functioning too. It was like I was working 3 days a week. Oh, do we have to stop?
No, we can keep going.
Oh, okay.
No, we're gonna wrap it up. That's the
okay.
duck. Yeah, it
Oh,
goes by
oh.
quick, right?
Yeah, no, it's wow. Okay. Yeah, I was like barely functioning. Like I was working like 3 days a week. But like I had a certification for something and I had gone to school, so it was like, oh no, I'm fine.
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
I hate my life and myself, but everything is totally fine.
I think in recovery, I've noticed a lot of people. That's what it is. It's the material things that like, oh, if I just get all that stuff back, I'm fine. Outside, I'm fine. Look at my stuff outside, and then we get all this stuff outside, and then wonder why I can't handle things emotionally. So when you said the healing process, that's a great road to go down. That's the one I went down. So thank you for the compliment that you said me and Angel are Zen, because like it's funny because right behind you is a Zen book. Literally, that book I was reading that book when I was actively. I'd go and drink, and I'd go to Barnes and Nobles and get that book and like read it. Yeah, so I was I was actively trying to like find Zen. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because I can't control myself and my emotions, you know, that's what a lot of us we don't regulate. Because you said you were drinking because you didn't want to feel it.
So last year, real quick, I had my introduction to social work class. And I go to my teacher. I'm like, hey, so I have this friend who like really like crazy stuff happens to them. And then like people will be like, are you okay? This is such a big situation. And they're like, no, I'm fine. And then like weeks later, they freak out about it. And he was like, well, it sounds like your friend has issues emotionally regulating and emotionally deregulating. And they should talk to the doctor. I was like, oh, I'll tell my friend. It's me. No.
Yeah. I'm friend. That's so funny. And like it's like never tell Chat GPT stuff like this, because I was asking Chat GPT about something, and it's never not Chat GPT but an AI thing, and it literally said, it never said it to me before. It said, you are overthinking this. Can you believe it? Like it literally I was like, I'm done.
I refuse to use ChatGPT.
I was so done.
It's gonna take over our brains.
Yeah.
No.
We gotta talk more about that in the next episode. But
Yeah.
this is a good beginning. We kind of opened it up. We can you can come back again. Maybe we could talk about all this again.
Yeah, this isn't as bad. I was very nervous. This
You're like,
isn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, it's good. I'm glad that we eased you through it.
Yeah. No.
Angel was good sharing some stories, and you were good. So we'll have you back soon.
Yes. Thank you for inviting me.
Excellent. All right. So we like to end the podcast with like some parting words. Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the audience out there? I could start with Angel.
Start with Angel.
Live forever.
Live forever.
Yeah. Oasis.
Oasis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually say, don't do drugs.
Just do the thing, unless it's drugs.
Yeah. Just live forever, man.
I like that. Just do the things, unless it's drugs. Then don't do drugs. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and check us out on the next episode. We love you guys. Peace.
Peace.
Everyone's into broadcast now, cause everyone has a podcast out. Online, cause reality's rough. It's moving too fast and it's hard to keep up. Anywhere